Guys, Ron Musgraves here, Pressure Washing Institute. Guys, I'm here with Mr. Washmart, Marco Raimondo. Tell everybody what we're going to do tonight, Marco.
We're going to go over some things that are going on in the industry. Jackson, we're having the show now, dude. So I really just wanted to break it off with, you know, Jackson, hey, get out and close the door for me. Jackson, I need you to get out and close the door, man. Dude, get out of the room, man. All right, well, my son's going to be here being annoying for the next 45 minutes, so.
I can't hear him.
Oh, I guess it's bothering me because I can hear him.
No, I can hear him. I just wanted to tell you I couldn't hear him.
Oh, okay.
Well, what are we going to talk about, man?
So what we're going to go over is what's going on in the industry on the residential realm because, Jackson, dude, I need you to get out of the room. No. We're going to about to have to cancel the show, Ron, and because I can't focus with the kid back behind you talking. We're going to be, Jackson, seriously, man. Hey, can you get out and close my door?
Greg Tatum's got big news.
Let's go ahead and have Greg.
Flip says hi.
Hey, Flip. So what I want to go over is the things that are changing in the industry, and I'm going to make it extremely simple.
And while we're at a commercial break there, guys, this will be a great time for me to tell you guys about this. We are going to give away a cookbook tonight. We're going to give away a cookbook tonight as long as Jackson remains out of the room. Anyways, it's okay, Marco. It's not a big deal, man. We all got kids and family, man.
No, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't focus on what I'm trying to
say. Facebook user, howdy. I've never seen you distracted like that, man.
I'm
Greg Tatum. You cannot give any kid a butt whipping anymore. That is child abuse, man. Facebook is gonna ban Greg now for hate speech.
I just wanted to go over real briefly with the residential cleaning market. So a lot of guys, I keep seeing the things over and over again where people are saying, we're really slow right now. And hey, can you close my door?
Better tell him that Greg's coming over to talk to him.
Jackson, close my door. All right. So with the residential market, we're having issues with nobody's buying. And so in Houston, we're having Man, I can't focus with my kid. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think he's gonna calm down. So I'll go ahead and take this part.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jackson's not bothering me, man. Kids don't bother me.
I just can't focus.
I know. I'm that guy that can I can smoke weed and listen to 3 different conversations and answer all the people. Yeah, I don't smoke weed, but I'm that guy that could do that. So what Marco's trying to get across here, guys, is that the residential market for a lot of these washers has bottomed out. It's dropped out. Now, here, I'll get Marco back in the conversation here because here's my take on this right now. I think that we're just in the norm. I think for the past few years, the pandemic, we've pushed through this slow time. This is just a slow time normally. Pre-COVID, this was the slowest times. From the July till around August 15th, it's always slow. Mid-July, August 15th, I mean, it got really, really slow on the residential side. Now, I'm not a residential washer myself, and I think one of the things that Marco wanted to highlight is that in September on the 13th and 14th, we're going to have an all commercial event. Commercial. That's all it's going to be, is about commercial training and commercial washing. I'm going to do the commercial side in the way it relates to hard services. He's going to do his side as it relates to fleets. Now, these are all residual income accounts. These are accounts that repeat over and over and over. And the bottom line is, guys, is that you want to come out to WashMart next month and come to and come on and watch a show that's predominantly, it's not predominant. It's going to be a 100% commercial washing, residual income stuff. So it's going to be a pretty cool thing. There you go. And you're right, man. Budget season is in full swing. A lot of guys don't even understand what budget season is, guys. Craig right there, my other brother from from Hammond there, he's exactly right, man. Budget season is in full swing. And, some of these things that you may learn at this commercial event, I'm going to be doing 4 hours of free commercial training on how to procure these jobs. Now, 4 hours, I've been doing this for 37 years. There's a lot of things like guys can say that they're an expert at. I am very confident that I'm an expert in this industry as it relates to this type of stuff, as far as commercial budgets and things like that, and how things play out. That's just how it is. How you doing, HydroClean? HydroClean in the house. HydroClean in the house. I'm gonna bring Marco back when he's ready, when he tells me he's ready. But I just wanted you guys to know that. And I want you guys to all take it up on this too. I want to let you know, man, I am going to give a $200 cookbook away tonight. $200 cookbook tonight. It's going to go, guys. Just share this feed, chime in, and make comments, man. 100%. That's right. That's awesome, Greg. Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. Have you guys got some comments to be made, man, at questions that you want answered? Here's Sean Wood. I think was Sean somebody that replied to you? Is that what that blog was about today?
So that's what started it. I saw someone that made a post saying that, my Facebook ads are doing slow. How much more money should I put in? And I was just like, man, this is not the best time to do that. I noticed that, and I don't advertise my cleaning business, but I still get 10 or so residential leads a week just from being an established business. And it's like 1 to 2 calls a week, if that. It was substantially higher than that. So I already noticed that, but we had somebody else that commented and said, I'm also really slow. We had a guy from Scotland saying we're extremely slow on the residential end. So a company that I know very well, they actually shared their numbers with me, and they gave me permission to share their numbers to give you an idea how bad the residential cleaning market is right now. And so people, don't go on Google and Facebook dumping a bunch of money in ads. You'll still be able to get money other ways, but don't just blow up a bunch of ads.
But hold on. I want to pause right there for a second.
You're going to argue with me about this.
Continue to advertise. Don't turn it off.
Yes, don't turn it off.
But don't
increase spending.
Don't increase necessarily. Sometimes I believe in changing things up. But don't go all out on it. But do keep your marketing rolling. This is as I just got the phone, Mark, you were taking care of the boy. I was telling them that I believe predominantly pre-COVID, this is just a normal cycle that we went through in the wash industry. This time of the year slows down. I think we're seeing more slow than we've seen in past, or maybe we came off such a high that it seems like it's slower than normal. Maybe, and I could be wrong. And I'm not a residential guy, so I don't know what the percentage of slow is. Right now, like Craig was saying, and I just was telling all the people, the commercial wash event that we're going to have in September on the 13th and 14th, register National Cleaning Expo. It's going to be an all commercial oriented gig, man. We're going to do nothing but talk about commercial. Now, if my interruption can get you back on track where you left off, go.
What's that?
Can you get back on track, or you remember what you're?
No, my other son's coming in asking for something else. I just got distracted. I'm sorry. I'm not good. I can't like do two things. I can't have two conversations at once.
Well, here's the guy, Brian. He wants to move. He wants to slowly move to the commercial. There's no slowly moving to commercial. Just come on over, right?
And so one reason why I want to go over these numbers is to show an example of why you don't want to go overboard with their spending. So this company, they get a large, probably half or more of their leads come from SEO. The others is from word of mouth and being established. This is a company that's been in business for over 10 years. July of 2021, they grossed $44,000 in residential washing. They spent $2,000 approximately on between AdWords, website, and just SEO in general. That's how much money they spent that month. And they made $44,000. So that's July last year. July this year, that same company spent $9,000 on SEO and generated $14,000 of pressure washing gross sales. So he spent 4 times more money approximately and made 3 times less money. That's how bad it is. That's whenever I saw these numbers, my jaw dropped and I was like, man, I've got to say something, like, because I've been very quiet about it. But whenever I saw these numbers, like, there's a lot of people that are dumping. They're going broke, hoping that Google's going to fish them some jobs when Google's not bringing jobs. There's other ways to get jobs, but Google, no. Facebook AdWords, Facebook marketing, it's going to be a struggle, and that's just something to think about. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up was because, fleet washing, for me, I did not do well on my first year. I only did residential cleaning, and I did not do well. Whenever November hit, we suffered, and I did not make hardly any money between November, December, and January, 2015. So I ended up getting awarded a fleet of garbage trucks, and I had $700 to $1,000 coming in every Sunday, whether it was cold, hot, if I had no residential jobs, nothing. And I ended up getting into fleet washing, and that ended up making it to where I was like, okay, I'm getting residual revenue. I am getting something, and it doesn't pay as much. I mean, you can do 6 hours of residential cleaning and easily make $1,000 to $1,500 if you price things correctly. If you have really good systems in place, you can do that. Fleet washing, it's not quite easy to make those numbers. It's you're not going to be hitting $200 to $300 an hour, with just one power washer and one person. You would have to have some systems put in place, but it's steady. What's good about it is it makes it to where you have steady work. The only time I did not like fleet washing is whenever I got very large scale jobs that took a week or more. I would have these fleet washing jobs that were in my way Saturday and Sunday whenever I'm trying to complete, an extremely large building with a ton of flat work that paid, $500 to $600 an hour. Y'all get where I'm coming from. That's where it is kind of annoying. And I'm not trying to even tell people they need to get out of what they're doing, because it's going to pick up again next year. It's just, I feel like our season is way slower than it normally is. And we have a lot of guys that are really struggling. And our goal is to try to prevent as many people from going out of business as possible by getting people educated on things that are outside of the residential cleaning realm. And Ron, that's the reason why I wanted to bring you on here, because you are that flat work guy. I am not good at selling flat work like you.
Man, that's what we're going to be doing. We are going to go nuts. This show that we're going to do is all going to be commercial. I've done shows like this before, but we haven't done it in a long time, and it's time.
Yep. And so that's really why I wanted to educate people. We're going to focus our training and our events, the WashMart events, on commercial and fleet washing. I really don't want to have a bunch of training involving how to get into a market like, soft washing a house. That's not something that's on high demand right now. So I don't really feel like us trying to get more people into that is great for us, and I don't think it's great for our clients. Whenever someone calls me or Amber and they say, I'm looking at getting into, power washing right now, especially, we're like, great. What are you planning on doing? I just want to do residential. We're going to do houses, driveways, fence cleaning. We might get into commercial. So, and they're like, and they're thinking they want to spend $20,000 or $30,000 on a rig. And I'm like, do you have a bunch of customers lined out, or are you just kind of going to see how it goes? A lot of times, I would say 3 out of 4 times, we're going to see where it goes. Whenever they say, well, I have a contract with an HOA that's pending, that's totally different. That's where you do want to have equipment like that. But whenever somebody doesn't have a business plan, we recommend going with a small cart and a small surface cleaner, because what I hate seeing is us selling someone a rig for 20 grand, and then they didn't have a plan, and then they didn't get the work, and then they go out of business, and then they have this trailer we sold them for sale, and it only has 150 hours on it. I don't like seeing that, and I'm trying to prevent that from happening more often.
We were talking about this today with Tony Shaw. I was talking about it was Tony Shelton. And I'd put up a old thread on PWI called Super Rigs. And he had gone back to reminisce and look through it, because this is like a 15-year-old blog, right, of guys that put up their rigs. They called it Super Rigs. And it's some pretty amazing rigs on there. And when he started going through the names list, he realized that these guys are still in business, okay? Because primarily when we talked about bulletin boards, Pressure Washing Institute was predominantly full of commercial guys. Everybody there, it was the largest hood cleaners that ever assembled. The fleet washers were there. The flat work guys were there. So it was guys that were in the commercial industry. And then, we had our our chlorine cowboys too. But the chlorine cowboys always came and went. You know what I mean? And I don't want to get these soft wash guys at me mad, like Southeast and AC Locklear and all these guys. But I'm just going to give up the stats. I know them. I remember, and we'll leave them nameless, one of the biggest soft wash people out there put 44 units in play. This is 10 years ago. And Marco, how many do you think made it the first 2 years? How many?
I have no idea.
32 were sold as a secondhand piece of equipment out of the original 44. Or 44, 42, somewhere in there. But that's ridiculous. That's like what's the percentage of the success rate? And I know that the residential guys are, oh, no, we make big money in residential. No, residential is money now. That's what it is. Commercial world doesn't work like that, right? Commercial world. But what guys don't understand is if you're in the commercial cleaning business, once you start washing things over and over again, every day's a payday. Every day you go to the mailbox or the HCS or the credit cards are being rung up. But you got to get a book of business out there. It's called, guys, there's a little thing that people call this cash flow. Once that cash flow is going, isn't it just like residential essentially?
Yeah.
Money's coming in every day. Every day you go to the mailbox and there's the money.
It's the net 30 to net 60 part, I think, that scares a lot of guys. And I'll tell you, fleet washing, you do have to be careful starting out, because there are no fleets. I've only had one fleet that paid me like within a day. The rest of them, it's 30 to 60 days. And sometimes you got to haggle them to pay you because they just forget or they get a new person. It happens. But just remember, you're going to wash for 2 months before you get your first check. That's the only thing I need to precaution. That's the reason why I want to get people.
Look at this right here. And I wish we could bring William in, because I'd like to bring him in. I mean, you know what? Everybody is selling the dream. And the last 2 years in business, because of the pandemic, it's been fast money. This is not the norm, right? Marco, has the last 2 years been the norm?
No.
No.
It's been unusual.
It's unusual. It's been easy money. Unusual. People were out there throwing their money away. And yes, there's a million guys out there selling the dream. We're not selling the dream. If you want to come September 13th and 14th to the Fort Worth show, it's all about commercial. I'm going to give you 4 hours of my knowledge for free. I've trained guys, hundreds of guys that are making millions of dollars in this industry, millions of dollars. You've seen the testimonials. One of the most recent ones I landed is a $250,000 garage on regular maintenance. It's on weekly maintenance, $250,000 garage. What do you got? One garage, $250,000? That's a lot of house washes, isn't it, Marco? That's a lot of house washes, man. A lot of house washes. Greg, I sent you the link, brother. If you want to come in, I already asked Marco. He said he ain't got no problem with you coming in. In case the kids get coming in there again, we got a backup system. I told you that they'd give up, Marco. They're like, Dad's in there. Just shut up. Leave him alone. Play with the. They play with the PlayStation. They're playing with the PlayStation. PlayStation though. They're playing with the PlayStation too, right?
I bribed him with Gatorade, and he got on the PS4. I think he was just wanting a Gatorade.
Here it is. I got lucky. 3 past commercial jobs paid with a check the same day or cash. 700 is the biggest. 3,600 is the biggest one. Yeah, I mean, and you know what, Brian? Sometimes commercial jobs do pay. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a tip because I like to give tips and I give real things out here. So if you do new construction, which there's a lot of new construction going on, don't kid yourself. There's new construction out there that's going on. But if you do the new construction, definitely get the payment on demand. As soon as you present invoice, payment must be made. And you know what? You can also lock up a credit card. And yes, even if it's a $25,000 job, those contracting companies, they have P cards that'll charge $100,000. You can get the payment right away. And I highly recommend that if you do new construction, you demand that payment on presentation because it's a problem. It's a problem.
So
if you don't.
You do research on the GCs because like we have one that's been in business for a long time, but those fly-by-night GCs that have little or no history, you need to get paid up front. You have the established ones. It's that I never have an issue with the established ones that are local that have used this proposed construction cleanup. It's the ones that have no information about them that you need to be concerned about.
Nikki says she loves my hat. David wants to give it another shot as an admin on Pressure Washing Institute. That ain't going to happen, David, but nice try. Nikki says she loves the hat. That's awesome, man. We scaled crazy years ago in commercial from a few phone calls, coaching sessions from Ron Musgraves. I guarantee that 4-hour course will be huge. Thanks a lot, Craig. I appreciate that tip. Craig's out of San Antonio. He's told me personally on the phone he's changed his life with just a few commercial jobs that he's got now. Ron, everything you told me has worked, has been awesome. I love to learn more from you. I definitely need it. That's Brian. That's awesome. I appreciate those testimonial guys. That's awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. School districts are.
Oh yeah, school districts. And that's the other thing that people need to realize. If you just get one good contract with a big school district or a large city, you'd be surprised. Like some of these places, like if you had a good contract with the city of Houston, that one contract could keep you busy the entire year, and it'll make you more money than you would washing residential, all day, every day. There's some really big government contracts that are out there, and you just need to get one.
I finally got that thing in the right spot, Marco, except now I got the writing over you, so it's going to come over your face. But that's all right. You can hear me again?
I can hear you again.
All right. Hey, guys, I hope I'm pointing it the right direction, or is it this direction?
Yeah, there you go. It's right there.
Guys. Guys. We're giving away this cookbook at the end. All you got to do, man, is share this feed. Say you want to win the cookbook, and you're going to be, we're going to pick somebody here to win this thing, man. It's $200, man. This guy says, good evening. How you doing, Michael Williams?
Williams out of Florida.
He wants to hear more about the commercial classes. Man, I'm going to tell you something. All you need to know is you need to come. I'm going to show you how to do a proper demonstration. I'm going to show you how to get on an approved vendor list. I'm going to show you how to do unsolicited proposals. And with a couple of those techniques and maybe even a couple more, you're going to be able to procure commercial contracts, and you're going to be able to start into a relationship building process. Because let's face it, man, without relationship building, you are not going to do very well in the commercial world. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Can you tell I lost weight, Marco?
Yeah, you've lost about 180 pounds.
180 pounds. I've lost a little bit of weight, man, but I've been going to the gym, dude. I mean, like last night,
I've been going to the gym for like 6 years.
Last night, I didn't want to go, man. I didn't want to go. I was like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go. You know what? I went. I felt better after I went, man. I think last night was my breaking point to the gym. I think now I will not ever be not motivated to go to the gym. You know how they say you have to do something for 30 days to make it like your regular
habit.
They have it. Well, it was my 30-day mark to actually visit the gym last night. So I think I'm good now. I'm over the hill.
Alex, one thing that we're going to have at our DFW event next month also, we just got the city of Fort Worth to agree to come and teach about graffiti removal as well. We have a client that works for the city of Fort Worth, and they remove 600 graffiti tags a month. Like they have 600 jobs that they do a month. That's all they do is graffiti removal. They do a ton of it. So they're going to speak at the show. I think they're even going to do a demonstration, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look at what Amber got, put aside for that. And I also believe the city of Fort Worth is going to be sending their person who is involved with the Clean Water Act. So we're going to have some education on that from the city of Fort Worth, because the city of Fort Worth is actively enforcing the Clean Water Act. So
I'm giving away everything tonight, Marco. I'm going to give them away a commercial shopping center bid sheet. I'm going to give them away a way to understand and know what their production rate is each and every day. I'm going to give them those 2 forms. All they got to do is go to the links and fill them out. I'll throw the links in at the end of the show. They'll be in there. I'll put them up, guys. You're going to have to look for it. Don't PM me about those things. That's all going to be like self-serve. You guys just have to figure that stuff out. And on top of it, we're going to be giving away that $200 cookbook, man. So we're giving all things away. Hey, Greg, don't make no excuses. You can get in, man. Come on, you can get in. He's trying to say he can't get in.
Clean water. That's us. Alex just did. Marco, check your phone.
Brenda Farley, I haven't seen you in a while. Relationship building is one of the first things you taught me and was super critical, not just a sales technique. Absolutely. It's not a sales technique.
I just got a text message. Comet is going to be doing a pump giveaway at our show, at the DFW show next month. I just got a message. We are getting a Comet pump for a giveaway. I don't know what kind. It could be any kind.
Oh, this is funny. Well, I hope I could get my pump that I was supposed to get. Big Ron, should I say small Ron? Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be small, but hey.
But anyways, guys, I just want people to not be discouraged with their business. Marketing for fleets is not that difficult, and you really just need 1 or 2 to keep your business functioning. Because we are in a slump. But this isn't a thing that's going to go on indefinitely. It's just, if you're hurting for money right now and you're expecting residential cleaning to pull you out of it right now, you may have a huge struggle. And so we're trying to get people to learn more about niche markets. There's a lot of different things out there than just residential cleaning and flat work, building washing. There's stuff outside of fleet washing. A lot of people don't realize that there is actually an industry where you can get in cleaning air conditioners. You can go in and cleaning radiators for the oil and gas industry. There's so many different niche markets that you can get into, and you get into them by relationship building, in all honesty. The fleet washing, I also just go in because anytime it says employees only, I like to just walk in that door and just start talking to people randomly, because that's just what I do. Hey, I was lost. I'm looking for the facilities maintenance director or the fleet maintenance manager.
I I remember when I took Christy White out the first time, she was like, man, you just walk in their office. I'm like, yeah.
That's
I said,
exactly what I
don't
do.
want to talk to that person at the front desk. I need to talk to them. They're in their office.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is they tell you to leave.
They throw you out, you know. And she was shocked at the boardrooms that she wound up in. We did like a couple-day tracking, and she was like, we've been in so many boardrooms. And you were like, that's what you want to do. You want to get in the boardroom. I said, that's a great place to talk to them.
Another thing I like doing is going in and asking a question. I just walk in and I assume the sale. I go, so hey, are y'all washing your fleets in-house? Are you sending them to the Blue Beacon? And they'll say, we're washing them in-house. Or is it contract, or do you have your own stationary machine? Well, we have our own stationary machine, but believe it or not, our guys are not doing a great job. And we really don't have time. We're actually looking for a company to wash them. We just don't even know where to start. And it's like, bam. You'll be surprised how often that happens whenever you go out.
Patrick Stephen knows it. Just walk in like you own the place. Exactly. That's how Marco walks in.
Yes, I walk in like everyone but me has a warrant, and I'm there to serve them all.
That's it. That is it.
That's all. So that's just I just wanted to bring up, if you have it in your mind to do something different and you're struggling, don't just sit there and wait for the phone to ring. You're going to have to make something happen. Commercial cleaning is still busy. That's not a dead market at all. If you have a lot of residential customers and you're slow right now, you know what I would do? I would call every single one of your residential customers up that you have, if you're already dead and bored, and say, hey, I was just curious. Do you know who the facilities maintenance director is at the company that you're at? And just assume that they work at a company, because if they don't and retire, well, I'm retired. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I assumed you were still working. Whoops. But you can actually get a lot of information out of your current clientele, and you might be able to get into commercial washing just by doing that. I've done it before, and it works.
All medical is great. All schools are great.
Because they have to be washed. And the big reason why fleet washing is badass is because it's not an optional service. They have to get washed.
Tell them a little bit about that. Tell them why.
So this is where it becomes high on demand. If the trucks are dirty, one, as a cop, we go after the ones that are the dirtiest. The dirtiest trucks are the ones that we always stop, because they're the ones that always fail inspection. What does the fail inspection mean? More tickets that we get to write. So they don't want to get inspected. You ever think Walmart washes all their trucks because they want to? No, they do it because they don't have time to get pulled over. It does help their image, but they're doing it to keep their trucks from being delayed, because delays for them cost them money. And that's what they don't want. They don't want delays. They don't want things that are going to cost them more money. But it also does, but there is the cosmetic aspect. It does make them look professional. But because it's something that's also unlawful, because if your license plate is dirty, you can get pulled over for that. If your tail lights are covered in mud, you can get pulled over for that. If the mud flaps are shooting up a bunch of rocks and broken up dirt because they never got the inside of the mud flaps washed, they can get pulled over for that. And they will get pulled over for that. Those are the most common things that they get pulled over for.
And here's the problem. It's not about the fines. It's about that DOT number. Well, it's the DOT number too. And the process of reinspection to bring the thing back in. You're right. There's a cost involved. Everybody just thinks a ticket's just like a little bit of a ticket. It's a big
2-hour inspection costs more than the ticket does.
Yeah.
Just for the productivity loss.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, they don't want those things, man. And it's a problem too. Too many violations on their license and their number, that results in other penalties and fines, and could result in loss of their permission to transport. I mean, yes. And that's a problem. That's a problem.
So they have to get their trucks washed. It's not like something that's optional. It's just, we know that you're getting them washed. It's not like a parking lot where some people just never get them washed. Trucks, they're getting washed. They're either doing it in-house, okay, or they are going to the truck wash station, or they are contracting it out. One of those three things is happening. It's not like it's one of those three. So you can say, hey, are you having it done in-house, or are you contracting it out? Whatever. Those are the three questions. And here's the reason why it's easy to sell the mobile fleet washing.
We're going to, you know what, Marco? This has been a very popular show tonight. You and I are just going to do this show every other week till the event. That gives about 3 or 4 shows. We'll talk about some of the things and the strategies and things like that. The economy is this thing that's going on with the economy. Marco and I differ on it a little bit. I think it's our normal slow we're going to see now until the next pandemic or the next crisis that happens. I think that it's predominantly slow, and it might seem like it's a little slower than usual.
Ron, it's usually 20 to 30% dip. Okay, it's a 20 to 30% dip, not an 85% dip. An 85% dip is worse than December.
I don't know, man. I seen some stupid things going on in the residential market that had never gone on before, man. When did a guy go out and pay $50,000 for a rig and buy a second one in 3 or 4 months? When's that happen?
I don't know.
I don't think it happens. Anyways, look at Carlos. We stole his niche market. I know he doesn't think that. Carlos. Yeah. No,
I actually took that from John Tornabene, I think, is whenever I heard him talk about niche marketing and parking girls. I was like, niche marketing, I like that. I took it from John, and John must have taken it from Carlos.
John took it. That's right. Yes, guys, we're going to cover hard surface restoration. That's sidewalk cleaning. I don't call it flat work. Flat work is no good, guys. No good.
Yeah, and we're also going to teach a lot of people about upstream injection. Ron was talking without the deal on. We are going to talk about upstream injection.
What do you want to talk about upstream injection? That's boring stuff, man.
We'll end up talking about it at the show is what I'm talking about. We're going to have a machine with upstream there.
Carlos isn't laughing. He didn't think it was funny.
Oh. Well.
He didn't think it was funny. That's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild.
Yeah. But that's the thing is I feel like a lot of people are putting a lot of eggs in one basket. And I'll be honest, we put a lot of our eggs in one basket also, and it's hurt our business. But I really want people to think outside the box. I've tried to get people to do fleet washing in the past. And yes, Ryan, upstream injection. Yeah, y'all already know, y'all have the upstream soft wash pump. We talked about upstream injection with sodium hydroxide. That's a traditional way of cleaning back in the 80s that my dad's fond of, but it's actually really good for fleet washing as well. It makes sure you use way less chemical whenever you're also doing fleet washing. So, but there's a lot of guys that would have never done fleet washing because they're like, man, I just don't know. It's harder work and it's not as rewarding as far as pay. And I mean, it's still decent. And it's what helped me get to where I am is fleet washing, because I was able to make a schedule. I was able to make it to where I had guys working the same hours every week, and I was able to have stability, and I was able to grow my business. Not I have a ton of work this week, and next week I have 2 jobs, and then next week I'm back to 80 hours of washing, and the next week I have no job. It's like there's none of that with fleet washing. It's just steady, consistent, and you slowly grow your
commercial contractors are not slow. They're not slow. They're not slow. I mean,
I know commercial's busy. No, the commercial guys are busy. I'm talking about the guys that are, 70% or more residential are the guys that are suffering really bad right now.
Never put all your eggs in one basket, right? Is that what you're not supposed to do? I gotta tell you something. I'll tell you this. This is something that I have had a difficult time with. I had a difficult time with it on and off. Okay. And this is about like the customer is always right. Okay. And you have to think deep on this one, right? Because guys,
I just disagree with that. But okay,
guys goes, no. Customers are not always right, right? No, Marco, I've been back and forth this thing too. They're not always right. No, the customer right. You know what? This is my new thing on this, and this is really new. This is after 37 years. The customer, if the customer's not always right, you have the wrong customer. Period. That is
correct. That is correct.
Yeah. You have the wrong customers. So when you say put all your eggs in one basket, I want to put all my eggs into the basket of the right customers. I don't think it has anything to do with the niche market per se. It's about being with the right customer, period.
Yeah.
Whether it's in fleets, whether it's in hoods, whether it's in concrete cleaning, whether it's in hospital cleaning, you can have a broke hospital that has that they don't build relationships and they suck and they never pay, or you can have a really good hospital that has great relationships and they
there's
pay.
fleet washing customers that
they
do
pay
suck.
on time. That's it. That's right.
Yes, there are trucking companies that suck. So don't get the idea that every single fleet's a great customer. There are some of them you do not want. Okay, and you'll find out really quickly which ones they are. At the show, I'm going to go over a lot of do's and don'ts, especially for the first time you wash your fleet of trucks. That's really an iconic time for your business whenever it's being portrayed to your customer. The first time you wash, that's whenever they're going to see how you handle your business, not just how the product is ended, but are you doing things correctly? Are you doing things goofy? By that, I mean spraying the wrong chemicals on the wrong type of surfaces, causing some permanent damage to the vehicles. Because there's a lot of ways that you can actually damage trucks. And if you're not educated and you just decide to start spraying aluminum brightener on everything, you're going to have problems. So you do have to do research with it. You can't just start spraying aluminum brightener and cause sodium hydroxide all over these trucks. And it's not like that at all. Like there is some education that I highly recommend doing research before just getting into it. That's one thing I would say, and I think Ron will agree with me on that.
Nah, just jump right in, man, with both feet. Just jump in it, man. Go out there and two-step a red truck. Turn it pink. The whole fleet will be turned pink.
Man, we had somebody call today saying, hey, what happens whenever we downstream bleach on a house and it's blue and it turns green? I'm like, you called Trudy? Here's her number.
Whoever this is, do not turn it down. Join our fleet washing group and at least pass the lead on to one of your competitors, right? Give somebody.
If you're keeping your competitors busy with fleet washing, then they're not spending time advertising for other things that you do. Look at it that way if you don't want to do
Terry Craycroft. Oh, my goodness. How have you been, sir? Haven't seen you in a long, long time, man. Out of Michigan. Out of Michigan. Love to do a show with you, Terry. Love to do a show with you. Right, it's all about finding the niche market. That's what Carlos is telling us.
Yes. And the thing is, whenever you get into a niche market, you get really good at one thing and you can justify charging more for the service because you're not just some guy that does it. You're some guy that does it a whole lot and you're extremely knowledgeable in the field and you'll be able to be a solutions provider for your customer instead of just a cleaner.
We're the squeaky gurus now. I don't know who that is.
Wow, squeaking gurus. I don't know.
It's okay though.
That's correct.
Angela Nicole. FedEx and UPS a shot. UPS is worth it. There you go.
So in Houston, I would say no. FedEx does not like to spend money in Houston. But here's the thing, and this is one thing I want to bring this up. Just because FedEx is not a great customer in Houston doesn't mean they're not going to be a good customer in Phoenix. Every branch is handled by a different facilities maintenance director, and they're all different. Some of them are cheap. Some of them are not. Some of them want you to make the truck spot-free, clean, no water spotting whatsoever. Some of them just want them clean enough to be presentable. So it's all over. So saying FedEx is a good company to go after, I can't say yet. I know in Houston they're not, but I know in other markets they're really great. They're really great companies to do business with. But UPS and FedEx have so many divisions. It's hard to say that they're just a good customer. There's people I know that wash for Walmart that hate washing for Walmart, but every time I've washed for Walmart, I've had a pleasant experience. It's just different for each branch. And I'm sure Ron will have something to say about that.
If you have the right customer, they are always right, man. That's it. The right customer is never wrong. The right, I'm gonna coin that thing. I'm gonna get a copyright on that. The right customer is never wrong. The right customer is never wrong.
Okay. I like
Never
that.
wrong.
I
Never
like
wrong. Hey, Marco, you've got a story where you've repaired something that you didn't break because the customer was what? Worth it. So they weren't wrong. That you didn't break the thing, but you fixed it anyways. Because you're not going to argue about a $300 window over a $300,000 a year contract. You're going to fix it and make them happy.
I had a customer that called, and he didn't even ask me to fix it. He calls and says, "Hey, your guys power washed my sidewalks for one of my shopping centers, and some water got under the door and on the doctor's rug, like the carpet, in the doctor's office." And I go, "What's the suite number?" And he told me. I was like, "All right, I'm sorry, man. We'll get it fixed." So
I've washed so many carpets.
Company.
I've washed so many carpets that I shouldn't have washed. I've replaced wood floors on storefronts that there's no way you go out there. You just started washing it, right? It's got damage on the wood like 6 feet back in front of the door. But supposedly your water did that. But you can tell the damage is from like 4 years of abuse of water coming out of the door. And you know what? You replace it, man. Because here we go again.
I had my carpet cleaning company come in and clean their entire carpets throughout their office. And then I notified the property manager, and the owner calls me and goes, "Well, it looks like, man, y'all are going to be the only people we're ever going to use." I never have to worry about anybody going in and undercutting me because I built a good relationship. And he knows that if we cause a problem or potentially caused a problem, I'm not even going to argue. And I was like, "Man, we're just going to go over there and fix it." And he goes, "I didn't even ask you to do that. And I can't believe you sent a carpet cleaning company in response to me telling you there was water on the carpet." And I still have them as a customer to this day. And
hey, so I'm just glad you didn't have to get a butt whooping. That was good. I'm glad that didn't have to happen.
Thanks. I'm glad I didn't have to get one either.
National Cleaning Expo, September 13th and 14th, guys, in Dallas, Fort Worth area. We're going to be doing a commercial seminar. It's completely for free. Marco's going to do some fleet stuff. I'm going to do commercial hard surface stuff. We're going to teach you guys some sales. We're going to teach you guys. There's going to be all kinds of stuff there, guys. It's going to be a great event.
Graffiti removal.
National Cleaning. Abatement. We're going to be doing
graffiti abatement.
It's abatement. We're going to be doing some abatement. No, not that. We're going to be doing graffiti removal. Graffiti removal really sounds better because we could get made fun of by saying graffiti abatement. So,
yes.
So we'll say graffiti removal. Man, I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you guys, this is going to be great stuff. I don't know who should get this damn cookbook, man. I think there's only a couple guys that said they wanted it. I don't know who really needs it, man. Does somebody really need this cookbook? Does somebody really need this thing, man? What does it say? Good way of building network there too. Finding good carpet cleaning you trust and business. Get them to do exterior work. Absolutely, man.
Symbiotic relationship.
Can I just tell this one really fast? My best reference, referring me to jobs and introducing me to people, okay? If nobody understands this, was a fountain restoration guy. His name was Don, okay? Don was a dinosaur when I met him. But guess what? I was a younger version. Now I'm a dinosaur. Don was a dinosaur. So guess what Don knew? Don knew everybody. Oh, wait a minute. And he knew people with fountains. People, that's my evil laugh. People with fountains have money, Marco. Nobody has a fountain unless they got money, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
He was great. I mean, he knew everybody I wanted to meet because they all had big, beautiful fountains out in front of their yard. Greg Tatum thinks he's going to come on the phone, man. What's up, Greg?
I'm coming in on the phone. You guys still running live?
We are running live. You're on the show.
You sure are? I'm on the show right now. I tried to log in and I could not get in. I was like totally bummed out.
Well, that's a bummer, man. Maybe next time.
Next time we'll do it.
Marco says, "Hey."
Hey,
Marco,
did you want to add any? Did you want to add anything to the show, Greg?
I would like to add this to the show. Right now, I know you guys. I listened to the content, and I know that like everybody's like kind of freaking out because the homeowners. You got to understand one thing: the homeowners, they're watching the news, they're seeing this, they're seeing that, they're just believing the crap.
I completely agree with you. I completely. The commercial will take slower to react to that. If this keeps carrying on, then the commercial will see some effect too. But the commercial doesn't have a knee-jerk reaction
No,
like
they
the
don't.
regular consumer. Right.
That's so true, man. You know what happened in the Great Depression and all that? The bars were like, the alcohol was full. It was when economies get weird and people get weird, people go out and they do things. They get out and they get involved. And, that's why the commercial end of things are going to keep going. They always do, all the time. So commercial is a great way to go. Can't ignore the residential industry by any means, but restaurants, all these restaurants out there are a gold mine.
And they're busy. And they're still busy. Hey, let's do this. Let's talk about this. Greg, I appreciate your input. I'm going to let you go. But we're going to talk about places that get busier when the consumer gets scared. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to do that right now. Because restaurants are one of them. You know what one of the other places are? Kid places. All kid places get busier when the economy gets bad. Why is that? Because
they can't afford to take them to
go
Six
on
Flags.
vacation or Six Flags, so they go to Peter Piper Pizza, or they go to Chuck E. Cheese, or they do something like that.
Shopping centers will get dirtier.
Thanks for tuning in, Greg. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
That's what they do. They go to kid places, and they say, because they feel bad that they can't do these other things, so they'll do something. It's lower budget. You know another one? The movie theaters have come back full force, Marco. Full force.
I know.
People are going to the movie theaters, and we thought they were dead. I thought they were dead.
I thought that was a dead industry.
Yeah, Kid just put 26 of them back online. 26 theaters online again. Isn't that crazy?
I want to give one Fleet Wash nugget before we shut this down. For the guys,
we're not going 24 hours.
No.
Okay. Next week.
No. Absolutely not. The places that have a sign that's saying hiring Class A CDL driver, if you see that sign, you pull in and you say, I saw that you're hiring for Class A CDL drivers. You're going to get to talk to somebody other than the front desk person when you say that. Just say that. I saw that you're hiring and I was seeing if I could talk to somebody. And then you go in there and like, man, saw you're hiring for Class A CDL drivers. Sounds like they don't have enough time to wash their own trucks.
Marco, you didn't know this, man.
What?
But my sister was a fleet washer in South Chicago.
Really?
You want to know what her in was?
What?
She had this little specialty thing where she would make these, literally not a cheesecake, not a little cheesecake. She would make these pans of cheesecake. Okay. And she became known for that. And she would walk it right into the shop where the mechanics were, and she would set it right down in their break area. And they loved her. They loved her, man. Big old plate of homemade sheets of these cheesecake, and she would take them to all of her fleets and all the ones that she wanted as fleets, and all the mechanics, like us, they all knew each other from these other fleets. They all went after it. They all knew each other. So when they would call over and say, Bill, we're having trouble with who's washing your fleets. Debbie's.
And that's why relationships are important, because you're going to find
out
who everybody is that connected. If you get one fleet and you do a great job for like 3 months and you build a relationship with that fleet maintenance guy, he's going to connect you to every place he used to work at. His cousin might work at another place. They're all connected and they all know each other. They all hang out. They marry each other's ex-wives. It's weird, but they all know each other. And that's why the relationship building is important. Once you get your foot in the door, but you got to get your foot in the door somewhere. And those signs that say hiring Class A CDL driver means I don't have time to wash my own truck. I don't have time for my drivers waiting in line to get the truck washed.
Pick me a number from 1 to 3 really fast.
3.
All right. Shane W., if you're still watching, chime in. Shane W., you are the winner because Marco picked you 3. There it is, number 3, Shane W. Shane W., chime in, man. You won the cookbook, baby. You won the cookbook. Hey, they told me that he wanted to give away some of his peroxide. So I'll give a gallon away of the peroxide to the first person that chimes in. Shane W., answer me, buddy. Answer me. Heck yeah, Shane W. There he is, baby.
There he is.
Shane, PM me and I will hook you up with Leilani, and they will ship you out that $200 and some fully laminated cookbook. For you losers out there. I will put a link in, and for 99 cents you can get the app, guys. You can get the app, okay? The first guy who said me, who was it? It looks like it's Angela Nicole. Am I right?
I believe so.
Angela, you won it, man. You got it. We'll get you, PM me, and we'll hook you up with Greg, and he'll take 6 months to get it to you. But hey, you won.
Hey, you won it.
He takes a long time, man. I'm sorry, Greg, but I had to pick on you there, man. Pick on you a little bit. Anyways, great show, Marco. Let's do this commercial up until the show. Let's just do some commercial tips, and we'll keep talking about the economy and see if keep an eye on the residential market, or let's see if this affects the commercial market, right? I mean, we'll see.
It eventually will. We got a knee-jerk reaction from the economy. That's why in the residential, the first people to sit back and like, ooh, I don't know if I want to spend any money right now. Commercial, I don't. If the economy keeps getting worse, we're gonna be feeling it next year. But the residential, sometimes residential, man, it's unpredictable. Might have a huge bounce back next month. But what's alarming to me is the pattern.
Wow, man. We actually have 25. We had consisted of 25 guys. Guys, if you have not gotten one of my winter shirts, if you don't have one of my winter shirts, wow, and you're watching this right now, don't message me tomorrow when you watch it. If you're watching this tomorrow and you see this doesn't include you. There's 22 guys over there, and guess what? Every one of them that never got a shirt. Notice if they didn't have a shirt, they just want a shirt. PM me. PM me will give you guys all a shirt. All of you guys will get a shirt. Just PM me that you want a winter shirt, and it'll be in the mail to you. I guarantee you by next week you'll get it. It takes about 10 days. 10 days. Only the guys that are live online right now. Don't email me. I already screenshot who's online. I've got all 25 of you right here on my right-hand side here. So PM me and let me know, and we'll get you out a winter shirt, guys. A winter shirt.
Okay.
Heck of a show, guys.
I'm live. I want a shirt. Excel Outdoor Clean.
He never got it. PM me again, buddy, and we'll hook you up. We'll find out why you didn't get it. I always laugh sometimes. You remember, Andy?
Yes.
Andy Vickers, man. He goes, when I first got to meet him, like 10, 12 years ago, he goes, Ron, I never got my closer hats. We had sent him like 5 closer hats. It was like before the post office had that easy tracking system where you get a tracking number with any type of shipment, that you can get. And we're going, this is ridiculous. So my gal goes to the post office. She goes to the post office. She had to pay for the tracking. She mails them out another one because we're like, okay, this is the 5th one, Andy. And you missed a shirt we gave you and some other stuff we sent you, blah, 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 blah. His neighbor was taking it and wearing them, man. They were delivering it to his neighbor's house. And his neighbor, we got the signature. He says, that's my neighbor. The neighbor's been like, these have been great hats, man. I've been loving them. I've been wearing them every day at work.
Yeah. We have people that buy hats at the front of the office. We just have them for display, and people are, hey, I want to buy that hat. And one of the ladies up front was like, yeah, $25. And they're like, all right, cool. And so now they're for sale up front for $25. So
awesome stuff.
But
PM me, guys. PM me in my inbox. If you didn't get a shirt that you were supposed to get, we'll make sure you get it. If you want one, we'll get you one anyways. I got nothing but shirts, guys. I got lots of shirts. I even have some of Marco's left. Couple of them, not many.
Those baby blue ones.
You know what's funny is out of all the shirts, more people post the Washmart shirt wearing it than any other one. The one I think is nasty, ugly, man. I think it's nasty. And we got a guy right there. He got all of his stuff. He's thanking Tiffany. That's Tiffany, my assistant, that gets those out to those guys. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Ben. All right, Marco. September 13th, 14th, Houston National Cleaning Expo. Register for free, guys.
DFW.
Be there.
It's DFW.
Yeah, DFW. Make sure you guys are there.
Houston's for February.
Closing statements, man. We're out. I'm not saying anything else. I'm shutting up.
Closing statement is for the guys that are first getting into this industry, I need you to know that right now is a really hard time for this industry. So whenever you get started, don't think that this is the norm, because this is not normal. How slow it is right now, even for August, it's not normal. I would predict next year it's going to pick back up, but the residential cleaning right now is extremely slow. People think it's actually a saturated market issue. It's actually not a saturated market issue. It is a problem with the economy. Now, does it help that we have so many people doing washes? No, but what's killing it right now is people do not want to spend money. They're looking at gas and groceries being so expensive. They're looking at it like they're not sure when they're going to make more money, because people aren't getting raises to compensate for the difference of how much cost of living has went up. So just be open-minded and look at not other industries, but other ways you can use a power washer to make money. Send me a PM if you have questions. I actually have written a blog about fleet washing, a basic one on pricing. It's not set in stone as how you have to price everything. It's just what worked for me in Houston. So people that are in rural areas are the most advantageous in this, because a lot of trucking companies like to be in rural areas. So if you're in the middle of nowhere and you're really slow, this is a good time. So I'm Marco with washmart.com. We look forward to seeing y'all here September. And Ron, thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for coming on, Marco. Sean W., PM me on Messenger. I got to get a hold of you. Pressure Washing Institute, Contractors First, National Cleaning Expo, free.